Ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys, members of the audience and our podcast listeners, this is Flatbush Homegrown.
So yeah, maybe just a little mic check level if we've got some station members in the chat room. This is the Flatbush Homegrown Weak Ender, the end of the week, and we've got a lot of music to get through from some cloud fishing we did last night. You're listening to Juggernaut by Kubi. Pretty good tune, right? Good levels. Thanks for that over there in Williamsburg. So I don't know. I reckon I'm just gonna get on with the show and hit you with the full Flatbush Homegrown listeners experience, easing you into the chilly weekend.
Ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys, members of the audience and our podcast listeners, this is Listener's Tune. This bit makes me sad sometimes. Ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys, members of the audience and our podcast podcast listeners, this is Flatbush Homegrown. Members of the audience and our podcast listeners, this is Flatbush Homegrown.
Yes, so this is indeed the Flatbush Homegrown Weak Ender, where we play tunes from our listeners, tunes that we've been fishing in the clouds for, in the virtual internet clouds for tunes. I'm wondering if anyone can remember what computer game this was for. It was a Commodore 64 game. It was kind of awesome and groundbreaking and like completely original and amazing, and I used to play it with my mate Gomesy for like hours and hours and hours on end, and the music that you're listening to is just what you got when you waited for the game to load, because you'd have your little tape deck, you'd stick your tape in, press play, and then you'd get to watch kind of strobing, pulsating lines on the screen while you listened to that kind of music, a kind of trance-like experience, which probably formed a lot of young minds. Anyway, enough of that. I'll tell you the name of the computer game after the next song, which is from Ben Landis, who's a big station favourite. Oh, a big thanks to the Breakfast Crew boys for doing a complete week. Well done there. So let's go to Ben Landis, Through the Forest. And yeah, exciting times this week. There's a couple of new tunes come in last night on the one from the archive. That'll be a new tune to our listeners, our live listeners and our podcast listeners. And we've got a completely new tune from Bo Nanny, which is super exciting because I resisted the temptation to listen to it so we can all experience that first moment together.
You just asked me to file in. Ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys, members of the audience and our podcast listeners, this is Listener's Tune. This bit makes me sad sometimes.
And a breach of contract.
Funken radio. Telefunken radio.
That's right, that is an instant station's favourite. You just heard Radio from Bo Nanny. Bo Nanny is half of the team that present the Cola Style breakfast shows